Well, hello everyone. Welcome to eSeniors, Season 10 Porsche Cup. My name is Mike Molesky and I am your commentator for today. Silverstone, race number 3, I believe. So remember, esports is simulation racing is a sport, so that makes us athletes. We are eSeniors GT3 Championship League, over 50 racers from around the world, from Canada to California, from Belgium to Belgrade, from New Zealand to Australia. Join us. So welcome. Silverstone this week. Like I said, race number 3. We'll get right into it now. Let's put the standings up. Hang on. There is the standings. Very close racing so far after 2 races. Derek Bird and let me get rid of my little beautiful face there. Hello. There we go. Is it gone yet? Nope. Gotta transition it over. There we go. So in first place, Mr. Derek Bird in his usual spot in first or second. And second is Brian Murray. They've traded first and second positions for the first 2 races. And they've even got the fastest lap. So they got exactly the same points at 126. Closely followed by Sylvain Dessart, who's got 2 third-place finishes. Not too far behind is Thomas Rainier from Canada. And last but not least is Laszlo Nemeth. And he is going to have some company today because we have a couple of new guys racing for the first time this season. We got 5 minutes left. Maybe I'll go. No, I won't go right into it. I'll leave the introduction screen up there with my wonderful face. Yes, because we have Krister is finally back from his grand tour after retiring. And he is racing today for the first time. He is a long-time Porsche Cup racer. And joining us for the first time is Gabriele Crispesi from Italy. He was we were chatting with him just before the race, and he is joining us. I don't know that he has raced with eSeniors before, but we're glad to have him. I'm glad to have him, especially in the Porsche Cup, because we don't have enough racers. So Silverstone. Everybody loves Silverstone, I think. I don't think I've ever heard anybody say they didn't like Silverstone. So I assume guys on the stream sounds good. It looks like good on my side with my little volume controls. But a few minutes before the race starts, so time to chat. What are you guys thinking on the stream? We were talking just before the race about what we're going to do, since this racing is not that popular in terms of a number of people. So we're going to probably seriously consider a GT4 race next season on some particular day. Not sure which day we'll try. What do you guys think on the stream? Apparently CMS, another league around here that a lot of people, especially in North America, race because it's held in the evening. It's held at 6 p.m. Central Time, I believe. So a lot of the guys from eSeniors are on there, and they decided to go full GT4 there for this season before Christmas. And they're getting a lot of people racing, so they're going to be, I think if we decide to do a GT4, we've tried it before in eSeniors and it didn't really catch on, but if we try it again, it might catch on. I think one of the issues we're talking about is having a GT4 single manufacturer race. So everybody has to race the same car. So that'd be kind of a hybrid between a Porsche Cup and a GT4. So anyway, I wonder what people think about that. And so that's something we're considering for next season. We'll be starting the meetings for season 11 soon. So Voice your opinions in the suggestion stream on Discord. Let me, before I forget, talk about, I'll just jump over into, get rid of my face so we can see the sponsors. Talk about our sponsors. Sim 3D, manufacturers of wonderful simulation racing equipment. Syndeo, Canadian company, communication experts in video voice protocol and other security system software for communication. And last but not least, Castle and Crown, a very good thing to be talking about at this time of the year. They produce all sorts of event paraphernalia. Stephen Buckley's company and his wife produces all sorts of event paraphernalia. If you're lucky enough to be near them, they are at a lot of shows, like markets in, I assume they're in, I'm not sure if they're in California. I forget where they are right now. And Stephen produces Magic Wand reproduction. So they're online. If you'd like to order some stuff from them, you can do that. So these are our sponsors. We're getting pretty close to race time, so let's go to the track and go through who we've got on the track today. So we have got our regulars in Mr. Bird and Brian Murray, who'll be the guys to beat today. Laszlo from the Netherlands, and our new guy, Gabriel Crispesi. Good to hear him. Thomas Rainier, Brian Murray, returning Christopher Hirt, and Sylvain Dessart also will be up there in the standings, I'm sure. Yes, so yeah, that's an interesting idea. Do a Porsche Cup GT4 event. I don't know if that'd be a little big difference in the race times there, I believe, because Mr. Bird is quick. These guys at the top here are quite quick in this Porsche Cup. They rival the silver guys' times on any track. I know I've been racing on the open races with. Oh, there we go. I think we're going to go into. We're going to be going straight into qualification right now. What camera am I on, and who's out there? 701. That is, as usual, Mr. Bird likes to get out there first. So it's showtime. So it's Derek's out there in his outlap. What was I talking about before? I don't know. Who knows? Who cares? Yeah, so Porsche Cup, Silverstone. When Derek starts his first lap, I'll get out there with him. Maybe go into his cockpit. So yeah, 7 racers today. That's nice to see. Like I said before, I know what I was going to say. We usually in this group have two sets of guys, almost like 2 classes. 3 or 4 guys at the top, and then 3 or 4 guys following behind in a little separate peloton. But close racing usually, so that's going to be fun. Nice to see you guys on the stream, Willie and Aaron. I know who the other guys are. I got my neighbor here in Arizona wound up to start watching our streams. He loves F1 racing, loves racing in general. He used to race a little bit in his younger years. He's over 80, but he says, "Oh, I'll join your streams and see." I said, "Yeah, it's good entertainment once you get to know us all." And I said, "We're in your age group." He can't. I had him in my rig, and he can't really race in my rig. He gets vertigo, so that'd be too bad that he can't do that. And I'm seeing. Oh, I know what I'm seeing. I've got the wrong thing up on the screen here. That should be better. There we go. So Derek should be just coming around here. Is that the back straight, or is that the? That is the start-finish line. There we go. Derek is starting his first lap. As soon as I get my mouse back, we'll jump on board with him in the cockpit. There he is. So he is on his hot lap right now. Going through Beckett's. Coming onto this important corner to get a good exit out of Beckett's for this long straight, the Chapelle curve. And this is where you can, if you get a great exit, you can get something happening. This sounds a little loud here when I'm in the cockpit. Turn it down a little bit. Go through Stowe. Be patient. You can lose it right there, especially in the Porsche Cup if you're too excited on the throttle. Into the club. And then you just lay up the throttle a little bit into bottom part of the club. And onto the back straight. Hamilton straight. It's the short one. Tap on the brakes into Abbey. Then the farm curve at full throttle. Now the sharp right-hander Village. And this extremely sharp left-hander in the loop, which is probably the next two corners. And then on to another straight. So if you get a great exit on the loop, this is Wellington straight, and you can get some passing goes on here, usually. So Derek's going to set the standard. Going through Brooklands, cut that corner a little bit, into Luffield, and onto the finishing straight. Let's see what kind of time he puts up there for everybody to get after. There he goes, one. Can I see it? I'll look on the other screen here. 2026. Who's next? I'm going to go on to a different screen here. That is Mr. Murray. What did he put up? Here he comes. Murray comes in third after, second after Sylvain. So Bird's got a good time in there, half a second up on the second place. There's Mr. Crispesi Gabriel in fifth place. Nice to see you on track. Always nice. Where is he? Let's see what kind of livery he has. It doesn't look like he has a livery. It looks like a standard one. And here is Krister. Let me put him on. Here is his livery. H&M, the clothing manufacturer from Sweden. He says his brother, it's in honor of his brother who works for that company. That's a pretty big company, Krister. Maybe you can get him to give us a sponsorship. Maybe we can start affording trophies for all the winners, etc., etc. So Derek is, get off of this screen. Derek is improving on his time. So is Murray. Murray's up by half a second. Let's go with Murray because he is going to challenge Derek for the podium. For pole position, I think, if he can hold this, I think both of them are, oh yeah, Murray's got a great time. Going into a little traffic. There are only 8 of you guys on the track, and Silverstone's massive, you guys. How did you get all crunched up together? So Murray's got 0.6 going. That just might get him. Where is he on the track? I can't really see. He is going through the last third of the track. Ooh, Gabriela is off. He was saying it's going to be fun for him. I don't know if he's practiced that much on the Cup car on this track. Let's hope he stays with us. And Gabrielle, if you're watching on the stream later, join us for the open races during the week. Even if you can't get into the league races, for sure, join us for the opening races. Oh, Murray is going to get pole here. There he goes. Pole for Murray. Oh, yeah, and he's into traffic, so he's going to stop, maybe even go to the pits. Yeah, he's just jumping into the pits. So that sets a standard for Murray, for Derek to try and get up there. He is improving on his position a little bit. Actually, he was 3 for a while. All right, way to go, Brian. I don't know how important pole is going to be on Silverstone, since there'll be lots of room for improvement. But Derek's got a great lap going now. Half a second up for a second there. He is about halfway through the He's on Hamilton straight now, still improving his time. How is everybody else doing? Laszlo, 0.2 up on his best time. That won't get him into contention for third. Sylvain's got some work to do. Oh, and Bird just spun out. That screws up his lap. Here is Sylvain. He's got some work to do to get up there. He's a second behind Derek. And he is coming through Village. Not improving on his time too much. Not a great lap for him just yet. And let's give everybody a little love here today. That looks like Sylvain's going to go back to the pits for a setup. Here is Laszlo. And he is improving on his time. Not quite enough to get him a spot. Maybe. Where is he? He's just got, yeah, he could. 0.2. He needs about 0.4 to get into third place. And Gabriel has got a lap going. He's a second up on his time. That is going to pass him by Krister if he can hold it together. He is almost finishing his lap. Had a little wiggle there. Don't get too excited. Lost a little bit there. Already going to get into fifth place with this time. Look at that. Uses the whole track. Beautiful. That should get him to fifth. Nice job, Gabriel. I wonder in GT3 whether he's going to drive a Italian car. Oh, Terry Howard just joined us in the pits. All right. Welcome, Terry. 8 guys in the track. Beautiful. Beautiful. I'm not sure why Terry was late. Could have had equipment problems. So is everybody still out there? A couple of people on out laps. I think Derek might just be, he's halfway through here. And Sylvain also, I think, went off. Or was that, no, that was Brian because he was into traffic. So I think Brian is still on his out lap. Yeah, he is. Derek's not, though. He is 1 minute into his lap. So this is a hot lap for him. Not registering as he went into the pit, so sometimes that resets your best lap, but we'll see what happens here. Where is he? He's just coming through the loop there now. On Terry, get out there. 4 minutes left in qualifying. Maybe Terry is still out of the pits. I was wondering if he's going to start from the last spot on purpose. Oh, Brian put in a 2:02.4. Bird does not showing a gap. Whether it's a valid lap or not, maybe not. But here he comes on the start-finish line. So either he'll come up or he'll start his new lap. There he's starting his new lap. He needs to make up a little bit less than half a second to get his pole position. I mistakenly said last week that pole position was worth a point. It's not. It's the fastest lap in the race that is worth a point in the SIMGRID. So both Derek and Brian are on valid laps, I think. Oh, maybe Brian's not. If you look in that tower. Oh, yes, he is. He just turned green. So, yeah, that's a valid lap. Derek's lost a little bit. Everybody's just matching their best times, which says something about their consistency, that's for sure. Yeah, I know what you're saying, Willie, that these Cup car guys just love the Cup car. So maybe a multi-class race for a Cup car would be okay. I threw out the idea of having 2 races on the same night, same day, half an hour apart. So keep the Cup guys happy and GT4 guys happy also. Murray is improving on his lap. Where is he on his lap? Just starting. He's in his first third on the hanger straight. He's hanging in there. He gained a little bit there. Oh, this is who's having a good lap. Laszlo is having a good lap. And did he get announcer's curse? I think so. He went wide there and he went black. So I think he lost his lap. Not a valid lap right now. Krister's putting in a good lap. He's getting close to Wants to get his 4th place back. I'm going to try and find the right camera angles here to watch. This is TV1 camera. This is TV2. I guess I can flip between them. There you get a front view. And Krister is improving on his time. Not quite enough yet. He needs almost a tenth of a second. Half a second, I mean. So with 2 minutes left in qualifying, that should get everybody at least one more lap. Here comes Krister. No, that's the back straight. Hamilton straight. I wonder if there's something about naming it after Hamilton because it's a short straight. I could make a joke there somehow. Hey, Johan. Welcome to the stream. Oh, Krister spun off. He hasn't been, I don't know how much practicing he's had. Who's having a good lap? Sylvain is having a good lap. Or is he just getting halfway through? You got to know Derek's going to want that pole position. He's on the front row, so I guess that's okay. Which left or right hand side is best for Silverstone? Comes who are you watching here? Sylvain on Hamilton straight. Murray is actually matching his best time and a little bit better here and there. It goes down Hanger straight. That Porsche is just a wonderful car to listen to, that's for sure. I just love it. Let's go in his, speaking of listening to let's go into his cockpit for a bit. See how my sound is. That sounds not too bad. Krister's still putting it. Well, he's got a new lap going. He's the only one improving right now. Looks like Gabriel give up, was in the pits. Hope Gabriel knows that it's a 40-minute race. Wasn't aware of the. We had to remind him about the. Get out of his screen. Remind him of the race procedure. We have a driver's session half an hour before race time that we give out passwords if they're necessary, but we also talk about what track is. Oh, let's see. Krister's having a great lap. He's having a great lap. Where is he? He is at Abbey. So he's got a little bit ways to go yet, but he's up a half a second. 0.6. Oh, 0.7 now. He is going to get 5th place if he can hold it together. Krister doesn't always finish a clean race. So let's just see. Krister knows he's up, so he can say, just do my job here up a second. Nicely done. Nicely done. Is that going to get him? Keepers. That might get him into 4th even. That's going to get him very close to last. Oh, he's down a little bit right now. But great lap going here. Last few corners going through Brooklands. Hold it together. Hold it together. Here he comes for his time. Just using all that track. He is going to get 5th place with this, I'm sure. Always nice to see someone in the last lap get 5th place. Beautiful. Now Sylvain is still out there. He's coming up on the Wellington straight. He's flat out his best time. He needs a lot to get to 2nd place into the front row, though. He needs a half a second. I don't think he's going to get that. And Howard is out there. Is he out racing? Yes, he is. Has he got a time in? I don't think he has. No, he doesn't have a time in yet. He's going to put in a surprise time. Let's finish off with Sylvain. And then we'll go to Terry. And Sylvain's going to stay in 3rd place on the podium, but not quite on the 1st row. Here is Terry. What kind of time is he going to put in? Big surprise. Not a bad time. Oh, just 2:05. I thought he had a better time than that going. All right, well, Terry's in, but he's in the race. He's in the race. Anything can happen in Porsche Cup, as we know. So now we're going to be into the reset of the of the server. Talking here while I'm doing something. And what I'm going to do is go back to the standings just for fun. Just to remind us where Thomas is. Oop, that doesn't look like you can see. Oh, yes, you can. I can't see, but you can see. Thomas and Sylvain are pretty close together. 11 points. So that's a race to watch. Laszlo didn't start the first race, so he's way back in the points. But yeah, Thomas and Sylvain are battling. They're only 11 points apart. I'm going to write that down just so I remember. Sorry. Thomas and Sylvain, 11 points apart, right? All right, so let's watch that for the race in terms of these battles that we're going to have, because we will have battles, I'm sure. We've had great, we haven't had a lot of people in this series, but they have been great races to watch, like finishing right, our battles right up to the finish. It is a 40-minute race with one pit stop. The guys requested a 40-minute race last year because the Porsche Cup is tough to drive, tough to keep your concentration for that long. So they asked for a little bit shorter race, so we did that. And that has been very helpful. So yeah, it's always great racing to watch this. I sure wish I could be in this one, but I committed to commentating. And not that I'm that good at the Porsche Cup, but maybe I'll drive the Porsche someday. Maybe if we do GT4, I'll drive a Porsche. How about that? You guys in the Edmonton Porsche Club in my hometown, I make the commitment. If we do GT4 and I can race in it, I will drive the Porsche. So getting ready. We've got a minute before the session starts. What can we talk about? What can we talk about? This is the... we can talk about what races we have coming up. I think it is Misano, if I'm not mistaken. I'm going to looking through the Discord here to find that. So bear with me for 1 second. I'll go through what the races are. I never find that channel when I want it. Where is that guy? Where is that guy? Should be able to talk and look at the same time here, I should say. Season 10, there we go. So after Silverstone, we have 2 more races to go, and that will be December 11th is the last race. So next week is Imola. Imola next week, and finishing with Nürburgring on December 11th. So we're going to have the warm-up lap. Let's just go there now.
10 seconds.
There we go. 10 seconds to the start of the warm-up lap. Get rid of that. Just getting myself set up later for the interview. And where is our... There we go. Yeah, so there we go. You guys are watching that? Yeah, I can see what you're watching. Anything going on in the chat? Yes, you're right. Chris Bourne used to be, that was a Derek Bird, Chris Bourne class all the time. Chris is not racing right now, but we have got we got a Brian Murray now who's been with us for about a year. He is now the new reigning challenger to our reigning champion, Chris Bird. And I can't say that their accents, the Irish and their British accents, I always say the British guys have a little bit of a British accent's got to give you at least 0.2 of a second, I think. Irish is also, although he's from Northern Ireland, so he's in the UK also. That always gives you credibility, I think, in racing. All right, I got to change the tower a little bit here, but maybe I'll do the pit walk first. Hang on, get that camera going. So this is our pole sitter is Mr. Brian Murray in first place with that black livery. In second is Derek Bird. So these two guys are currently tied for the league lead after two races. Next is Sylvain Dessart. He from the Belgium. Let's see if he can stay with the first two guys. He can. Sometimes he falls a little bit behind. And next is Laszlo Nemeth. Great job today in qualifying. Krister in 5th place, currently from Austin, Texas, but moving to Sweden. His nationality is Swedish. Our new guy, Mr. Gabriele Crisbesi from Italy, in a nice, kind of a dark green livery, isn't it? In 7th, Thomas Rainier in the Martini Racing livery. And last but not least is Terry Howard in that beautiful, what's it called? The eSeniors livery with the ass end of the checkered flag, as I always say. So we're getting close to the guys. Let's go on view here. Maybe we'll put up the helicam. Get on with Murray. And we'll be getting started pretty soon. Oh yeah, I got to get my tower set up here. I'll put, for the first part, I think I will put start grid position differences. Where is it? Race gaps. Race gap first, and let's put starting position. Where is that? Position delta. There we go. That should be there. Getting close to the start here. Everybody's lining up in formation. So let's see who gets the hop on the start. That's going to be important. These two guys, Derek and Brian, are so neck and neck that you can better believe they're just sitting there chomping for the green flag, and they want to get ahead of the other guy because, as we know, they just battle it for race nose to tail for the rest of the race. So starting position is very important. Here we're coming up. Here comes the sound of the green flag. Green, green, green. There we go. Looks like Murray got the hop on Brian, and he's got the inside line. Sylvain hit the curb a little bit there. Let's just see further back if anybody is going side by side. I see Krister is going side by side. Looks like Thomas got the hop on him. Let's go back to the beginning here. They're up, these guys. Sylvain's sticking with the big boys right now. And Murray pulled away a little bit. Back here we've got Krister trying to overtake Gabriel. Did he lose a position to him? Yes, he did. So he wants it back. Got the inside line on Stowe. Is he going to be able to make it stick? Well, Thomas is not far behind. Thomas has got some good pace always too. Krister just had to lay up a little bit there. Oh, that was close. Thomas wasn't able to take advantage of it. He was so close to Gabriel. And Thomas does overtake Krister. Krister lost his momentum there on Hamilton straight on the exit. Now he's getting challenged by Terry. Looking up at the front. Let's see if anything's going on there. I mean, with Derek, these three are still at it. So that was a pretty good start. Nice, clean start by everyone. Always good to see. Oh, shoot, guys. Thanks for seeing that. Have I got two HUDs up? Yes, I do. I'll get rid of that right now. Because I forgot something up here. And there, that should fix it. Thank you very much. Who was that said that? Aaron, thank you very much. So many things to remember on this set. As I've said before, I've got 5 pieces of software running at the same time. So what are we watching? We are watching Murray's gap here to Bird. Wow, I got a great start. And Sylvain is not far behind Derek. Let's go all the way down here. There's Laszlo. He's got a bit of a gap to the front group. But back here, 5th, 6th, and 7th, I missed something. Oh no, we did see Krister lose a couple of spots. We've got the back peloton here, which is nice and together. So we see here from the tower that Krister just overcooked it on the way out. He has that problem with the Porsche Cup. He's going to be mad at himself for doing that. He was in good shape. Oh, it won't be the last. I think Krister, just hang in there. Hang in there. Somebody will come back to you, I'm sure. Yeah, Krister loves racing, loves the Porsche Cup, but he can't always keep it on the track. Where have we got? Where have we got? There is our new brother, Gabriel. He is from Florence, he says. I was just in Florence a few weeks ago. Too bad I didn't know him then. I would have dropped by for a beer. A biera. So we got good grouping here. Let's go through and look at our lineup. Like gonna do. There is Brian in the lead by a second. I'm gonna go to Derek here, and as I like to do, let's go into the cockpit to see what he sees. And he is looking at that view of Mr. Murray. So the gap right now is 1 second. We'll have to watch that. This is Sylvain Dessart, who's hanging in there with the big boys today. He's only a second behind Derek. Next is Laszlo. He's within touch of the leaders. In another second behind. Here's our new fella. He is a little bit further down to these guys in 5th place, 5 seconds behind. Thomas Rainier is right up behind him, and Terry Howard's not very far behind. Krister now has to make up 9 seconds after his spin. All right, so let's go onto the TV view and go up with Brian. So that is the views. So Bird is, he's a second behind. So Murray's really got it going here. These guys weren't that far apart in the qualifications, but Murray's got a whole second on Derek. But Derek's getting harassed by Sylvain and Murray. Or Sylvain and Laszlo, I should say. So as usual, nothing, except for the gap between 5th and 4th. We've got a couple of races going here. And let's go to Thomas. And let's go into his cockpit for a bit and see how he does. Getting around, we'll follow him for a little bit of a part of his lap. See how smooth this boy is. I'll keep an eye on the gaps up there to see if anybody has any issues. Yeah, just so you guys know, I have 3 screens going on 3 big screens going for the broadcast. I think Krister has showed you guys before what we do for what kind of setup we have for this. And so I've got the game on one screen so I can see that. I've got the streaming software on another one. And the chat on a third, so I can see what you guys are saying. I used to try to do it all with one big screen. I use a 34-inch screen for racing. And then I've got the director software where I change the cameras. This is called, just maybe give a shout out to all the software that we use. We use ACC TV for the director's camera changing software and the custom towers. We use OBS Studio for our streaming software. And as you know, we're on Twitch and YouTube. So that is through the simultaneous stream is through, let me just check that for you. through Restream is how we get the two streams going at the same time. Who else can we plug? I know that Krister uses Pit Lane. I don't. He does. He's got that running for some further statistics. And of course, we use the SIMGRID for our league administration. So I got everybody covered there. So what have we got going here? Everybody's spread out by a second or two, or I've got 8 minutes into the race. Pit lane, I believe, is open. Yeah, now I'm going to go to put that up there. I know we're going to put our pit stops. This ACC TV is quite beautiful. Oh, it's quite great. There you go. There's the pit stops, because that's going to come into play. As we know, you can gain 2 or 3 seconds alone, at least easily gain a second in different pit stops. Looks like Terry's getting a little charge going here on Thomas. Krister's still back there at 11, hoping for somebody to spin out so he can have a racing partner. So that change in starting grid position is all due to Krister's spin. Everybody watching who is not familiar with us, we are eSeniors GT3 Championship League. We are over 50-year-old sim racers from all over the world. And you can watch us on Mondays, Fridays, and Saturdays streaming at the same position for our races. Saturday tomorrow is the big race, the GT3 race with 40 plus drivers on track, and it looks like Howard is really going to go after Thomas here, so he's the battle of the day right now. Let's just jump into his cockpit for a second. Oh, let's go to wing cam for a change. We'll go to Thomas, and let me find my wing. There he is, wing cam. Oh, he must be a stereo aficionado, Thomas. He's got Pioneer on his back wing. But close behind him is actually Thomas Rainier from Ontario, Canada. We're chatting today. I'd forgotten where he's from. And he's got a little inside. Going to take a peek at him on Village. He's going to try the inside again. Very close. You can see how close he is to his back bumper. Thomas's back bumper. Had to lay off a little bit there. Let's go to the TV side. Watch that a little bit. Go on Terry's side. Gonna take another look here coming into Brooklands. Yes, he is taking a look. Oh, not gonna make it stick. But this is the action on the track right now. Thank you guys for being so close together. Sure, Thomas is not happy about it. Let's just see how Terry does. Coming out of Woodcock. Yes, Silverstone is all about hitting those last corners before the big straights. Whoa! Terry went sliding there. He slid again. These two guys not that far behind Gabriel, though, so this should be okay. The Cup car always looks like it's just sliding around corners, doesn't it? Cutting that curb, coming into Beckett's for the long straight. Let's see what kind of exit Terry gets. Oh, let's go in Terry's cockpit for now. Oh, he's going to make it happen. He's going to make it happen. He's got on the outside, though. And then they both broke at exactly the same spots. Terry's going to try the outside inside. He's going to have the outside on the next corner, though. He is taking lots of peeks, isn't he? Looked like he got a great exit on before that long straight out of Beckett's. So now he's going to bide his time, I think, until he gets to the next important corner. But these two guys are not far behind Thomas, are they? Let's go to the camera. Let's go to this camera. Oh, who are we on with? Thomas hit the curb there. Gonna take another crack right here, trying on the inside. And I took a peek. But these guys are catching up to Gabriella now. This battle is not affecting their times. Let's just see what last lap was here. Gabrielle had a 2:04. They're all lapping at about exactly the same times, but of course that's being hampered by where they are on the track. I think Thomas looks like or Terry, I should say, has a bit more pace than Thomas has, so he should be able to pass him at some point if he gets a good exit. But now this is a group of 3 here, all under pressure from the guys behind. Coming through Woodcock. Thomas is a little bit behind this time, so Terry's a little bit behind. So Thomas is the one challenging Gabriel. So welcome to eSeniors, Gabriel. This is some good racing. He's going to enjoy himself, I'm sure. He's being pressured by Thomas big time. And through Beckett's, let's see what kind of exit Thomas gets for the straight. Cuts that corner nicely. Here he comes. Let's go to the helicam, see what he's got for a gap, because Terry's fallen a little bit behind these two. Up at the front, Derek is still staying in touch with Brian, but he's the 2.5 behind now. We are approaching 14 minutes into the race, so wonder if Derek will try an undercut. Derek likes to stay out longer sometimes. And the pit stops, I think. So pit strategy is going to come into it big time, especially for these 3 guys. Derek and Murray, we could see a change there with the pits. I think last week there was some big gains made in the pit stops. These 3 guys are staying in touch with each other. It's nice to see. Nice for us to have some action to watch. Just go on board here with Terry. And let's just stay with Thomas. He's taking a peek at Gabriel. Fastest times don't mean too much here. Gabriel has a fastest time amongst the 3 of them. He's got a 2:04 flat almost. The other guys are 2:04.5 and 2:04.2 in the order that they're sitting in right now. So Gabriel has some pace, but race pace is... Oh, Murray had a problem! Murray had a problem. Let's go back 60 seconds here to catch it. Here we are. Here we are. Let's see what the issue is with... He's in first place there, so we're in replay mode here. I don't have my button set up for replay here. Hold on. Here we are. We're in replay mode. Murray had some sort of unforced error coming up here. Gone back 60 seconds to catch it. Here he is coming through. That's Bird behind him. So bear with me here. That's a long replay, but I wanted to do that to make sure we caught what happened. So as Porsche Cup's always exciting for this kind of stuff. That's he's coming up on Christer. Did we miss his? Oh, we might have missed his incident. I am going to try something new here. On 17. Just bear with me here. I'm going to try something and see if it works. No. Oh, right here. No, that is not. Oh, went too far back. Here's what I want to look at. Right here. I get out of this replay mode. No, sorry, I wasn't able to do that. I'm hoping to get back to real time right now. This should be real time. Yes, it is. So I missed that problem that Murray had, unfortunately. He's sitting now in 4th place, 3 seconds behind Laszlo, but he'll make up some of that time. So now we've got Derek out here by himself with a 3-second lead. And Sylvain is over Sylvain Dessart. Laszlo is 4 seconds behind him. Murray's back. Oh, Murray went into the pit. All right, so I don't know if he hit the wall or what. We'll have to see. I don't know if anybody's following on the pit lane cam, so that they can go back and look at that and tell us what happened to Murray. Who else now? So Murray is going to come out quite far back. Oh, Terry went into the pits also. I guess he's going to try and undercut from those three guys that he was at. So who are we watching here now? We're watching. Krister's got a yellow flag again, or is he just, I think he's just coming out of the pits. Krister's having a hard time to see if he is. Anyway. Well, Thomas and Gabrielle are still battling it out here. So we're getting to be not quite halfway through the race. So one of these two guys might do something. So for sure, we'll watch to see where Terry ends up in this group. He was behind these two guys. So we'll see after all the pit stops where he ends up. And Murray did his pit stop. I know what I need to do now. I'm going to put our pit stop, our stop times up on the tower here. We'll change this one to stop length. Let's see how much time Terry spent in the pit. 64 seconds. So he had a little bit of damage. Not too much. That's going to actually 64. Murray had a 60.1. Terry had a 64. Now Terry did not have any damage, so I don't think Murray had any damage. If he did have some... Oh, Gabrielle had a little slip there. Watching that. Little slip. So is that Thomas going to be able to take advantage of that coming out through the straight? No, he's not. Don't think. If that slip had happened a little later, he would have probably got a lot of advantage out of that. Anyway, based on those stop times, I don't think Murray either did not fix his car or... didn't have any issues. Where are we in with respect to Sylvain and Derek? This guy's got a long way to go yet. Oh, missing some of the action here. Thomas can't quite catch up with the new Italian driver that we have. He's staying with him, but not quite can't make any time up right now. Laszlo is in the pits, just leaving now. He had a great pit stop, 54.9. Who else went in? Krister's in. Looks like somebody else is new into the pit stop. No, sorry. Yeah, Laszlo's in. Sorry. Yeah, I'm just saying that. Laszlo went in. He was in 4th place, I believe. And let's just go up with the big boys here. And we'll follow Derek. I'd be surprised if Derek went in. He usually puts in... Oh, there he goes. Not there. Surprising. He is in the outlap. Let's just see where he ends up with respect to... Well, Murray's going to be further behind, but let's just see what kind of time he gets to see if Murray, with his 60-second stop, is able to make up any of that time. Murray, I mean. Make up any of that time on Bird with a better pit stop. Derek's pretty good at pit stops, though. I don't think that's going to happen. And let's follow along here with Sylvain to see if he is going to, what he's going to do pit stop-wise, if he's going to go in next. Oh, he had an issue here. What happened there? No, that was just the pits. I thought Laszlo and Gabrielle changed. As you notice the green on the tower, that's just because they went by the pits. It's kind of confused this game a little bit with where people are when they go through the pits. Because I believe the tower goes green and there's a pass. Hello. Somebody joined the stream with me?
Do you mind if I join?
No, go ahead. No, correct. You're going to give up?
Yeah, I screwed up so bad. I went into like 3rd gear into pits.
Oh, wow. Oh, so you got a penalty on top of everything else.
Yeah, I got disqualified for speeding in the pits.
Oh, disqualified. Oh, well, that. Oh, you have to go really fast in the pits. It disqualifies you.
I was in 3rd gear, and I was like, I just gunned it because I thought I was in first gear.
I've done
But I
that.
was in third. So.
On the entry or the exit?
Entry.
Oh, okay. Looks like here Murray is trying to get through past Laszlo. I was just wondering when Sylvain's going to come in. He hasn't served his pit stop yet. Okay, there goes Murray past Laszlo. We're going to go into Sylvain here. He is approaching the pit lane entry. He is going in the pits. There we go. So, we're going to see where... Oh, we can see now where Bird is out of the pits. Where did he end up with respect to Brian? Gap-wise. Brian is 11 seconds behind him. Okay. So Murray had a problem, and I didn't catch it, Krister. He was in the lead by a couple of seconds, and something happened. Got a yellow flag, and I did not see I couldn't catch what happened. See what kind of damage he has. Looks like his hood is a little bit wobbly. I'll go into his cockpit. No. He's got a little bit of damage, I think. You just love this Cup car, don't you, Krister? Sorry, I mentioned on the stream that you sometimes have trouble keeping it on the track.
Yeah, no, but that's exactly the problem I had. I mean, I was overdriving it and went off track, and then I just never got back into the groove and did the same mistakes a couple of times, and then I overheated the tires on one of the offs, and yeah, it wasn't good. It felt really good qualifying. I did personal best.
Good. Oh, that's nice. And we have everybody in the second peloton. Nope. Crispesi is still out there. I'm hoping Gabriel's a new driver. Were you on the stream when we were chatting with him earlier?
Yeah, I hope that he knows.
There's a pit stop. Yeah, me too. We'll see, I guess.
Okay, so car 72, Thomas have a drive-through.
Oh, does he? Oh, wonder what that was for. Could have been speeding. Yeah.
And Sylvain have a stop and go.
Oh, that could be for what? That could be for track cuts. So Derek, he has got a 8 second lead now over Sylvain. So he gained quite a bit in the pit stop. He gained 3 seconds in the pit stop. Look at his stop time is 60.4, whereas Sylvain's was 63. Murray had a good pit stop too at 60. I think he did not fix his damage. He did have some damage. Laszlo had a 59.4. Nice. And Terry had a 58.6. Those guys were together. But now all those penalties are going to come into play. So we got big gaps on everybody now. But we'll have to watch Murray. Murray is 11 seconds behind Bird. So Bird's going to come through again if he... This holds with 14 minutes left. Our resident champion is basically in first place because Gabriel has to make his pit stop yet. I don't think he knows. I really don't think he knows. Oh well. He'll learn.
Yeah, I wonder if I should put a message on the screen.
Will he see it? Yeah, you could try.
I wonder if I can do that even.
Is he in? He's not in the chat. Don't think. He's in the chat. You want to go in the chat and tell him?
Yeah, I'll do that.
Okay, very good.
I'll do that. I'll be back.
All right, so yes, this is what we've got going here. We have got Bird basically in first place. So Murray now. How did Murray get into third behind him? What happened to Laszlo? Or Sylvain, I should say. Sylvain's in the pits again. Oh yeah, he's serving his drive-through, and so is Thomas. He's got a. So I think I heard from Krister saying he had a 10-second drive-through, and Thomas had a stop and go. So that is going to have.
Sylvain just completed his stop and go.
Yep. Okay.
So I told Gabriel that. And he was aware. So
oh, good. Okay, so he's just
another strategy.
It's got a long to be interesting to see where he comes out. Because he was.
Now there's a 30-second gap between him and Bird. So
Yeah.
he could actually pull this off. Or maybe, I
No,
don't
no,
know.
I'd be surprised. No, 60 seconds. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
So, but he was just ahead of Thomas and Terry. So one of those two guys will probably end up in the middle of them. Who am I following here? I am following Mr. Murray. But Laszlo's got closest guy to somebody. Oh, he's behind Murray. He probably won't catch up in that respect. Got a nice clean looking car though. Look at that. Oh. Look at that, not even any rubber on it. He's been lapping by himself quite a bit, so when you do that, you don't even get any black spots for rubber posted up on you.
Yeah, I love how the cars look like.
There goes Gabriel. He's in the pits there now. There, he's just stopped.
Yeah, when you do the endurance, it looks so cool. After a couple of hours, the car is all dirty.
It's rubber, I think, eh? You think? All those black spots? Yeah. Because see,
yeah.
Gabriel's been by himself, so he's not getting any rubber. So we were doing in the chat line, we were talking about GT4 versus Porsche Cup and all that kind of stuff. Yeah, everybody seems to think that GT4 would be a fun thing to do. Somebody even suggests a multi-class race to keep the Porsche Cup guys happy with GT4 and Porsche Cup.
I've been talking about that because I experienced that myself, and that's a lot of fun.
Because
The question is, do we have enough drivers for that? I think it's better to do a GT4. It's easier for people. I mean, even easier for maybe guys that are kind of starting out to do the GT4.
What would you think about a GT4 Porsche Cup multi-class race?
Yeah, if we can get enough.
GT4 guys? I think we will now that we have a lot of guys in
if we get enough
CMS have been playing.
Porsche guys, that's the question.
Well, even 4 or 5 of them would be fun. Because the Porsche Cup's so much faster. They'd be just going through the field all the time. That'd be fun.
Yeah.
Almost like the GT, a lot of the races where they have the LMF cars and GT3s in the same track.
So everyone have done the pit stops now.
Yep. So Laszlo's 4 seconds behind. It's going to be fun to watch how much of a deep. Well, we only got 10 minutes left. Murray's not going to make a deep cut into Bird's, I don't think, unless Derek makes a mistake, which he won't. Now the third and fourth place in the standings was Sylvain and Thomas. So where is Sylvain and Thomas? Well, Sylvain's ahead, 11 points in the standings, and Thomas is behind him right now, so that won't change. So I don't think our standings will change too much, except for the two leaders trading first and second again. And Derek has the fastest lap. That'll be interesting. Let's see here. Derek's got a 2:02.7, and it looks like Murray has a 2:02.6, but it wasn't a valid lap. ACC, I think TV shows best laps that are not valid. So if Brian is smart, he'll try and go for fastest lap, get a point there. So 9 minutes left in the race. Everybody's pretty spread out. Just take a look at everybody's car for fun. Derek has no... Oop, that's not Derek. This is Derek. He's got no rubber on his car either. Brian has got all that damage. It looks like he hit something when he had his problem, but didn't get too... Yeah, his hood is just wobbling just a little bit, isn't it? So he didn't fix his car when he was in the pit stop. Maybe he should have. He should do a Porsche Cup thing. And has he got enough time? No, he doesn't have enough time to go. Not a Porsche Cup, but an F1 fastest lap track try. But he doesn't have enough time to stay in that position. But maybe he should have fixed his car, and then he could have went for fastest lap. There's Laszlo. He's got a nice clean car. So does Gabriel. So does Sylvain. So does Thomas.
Oh, there was
Oh,
a spin.
Terry got a
Howard.
spin. Yeah, let's just go back 30 seconds and watch that. Here he comes. This is replay. Give us
Well,
something
he's
to watch.
last anyway, so...
That will make a difference, eh? It's good to see him pushing hard, though. Because you never know with the Porsche Cup. Somebody have a spin ahead of you. You know? He's coming up to it right here. As usual, just on the throttle a little heavy. Did not hit the wall, so that's not going to affect him. Look at that. Quickly back on the track, didn't he? That was good. All right, we're back live. So yeah, that's the issue in Porsche Cup. You should always, at any race really, spinning out is one thing, but staying in the race and somebody ahead of you, something happens, you can get a position or two out of it.
Yeah.
You had a chance to practice much this week with
not on the Porsche Cup. I worked more on my GT4 car that I raced at the CMS yesterday.
Okay. Oh, did you? Oh yeah. What about GT3 for tomorrow? Oh, you're not racing tomorrow.
No, I'm commentating.
Yeah,
so
that's right. Yeah.
Thankfully. Yeah, it looks like Derek is really staying ahead of these guys. Murray is not doing any inroads really.
Well, he can't with his aero. He's got aero problems, I'm sure, with that. Yeah. So he'll just keep lapping there and get his second spot, I'm sure.
Yeah, and then Matt is losing a little as well.
As long as Laszlo doesn't beat him. Let's go on. We're on with Laszlo right now. As long as Laszlo doesn't make up any times. 8 seconds back. With this 40-minute race, tires don't come into it too much with Porsche Cup, so only a 20-minute stint. Not too much chatting on the stream.
How many do you have there?
We have 5. Somebody just came in.
Okay.
But we had some conversations going there between Willie. Johan was on for a while. So was Aaron. The usual crowd watching.
Very clean race.
Yep.
The only contact was between me and Kripetsi in the beginning. I bumped him from behind in the chicane.
Oh, did you? We were watching it, didn't see whether you hit or not.
Yeah, I was holding just to make sure that I didn't end up ahead of him. So
he's got some good pace. What's his best lap here?
Absolutely.
2:03, 2:04.8.
I think his last was 2:03.3.
Wasn't a valid lap though, I guess, because it didn't register as his best for some reason. 2:03.3 is pretty good. An ACC it didn't register anyway. Or ACC TV didn't register as a good lap. Well, let's give him some love here and put him on the screen for a while. If he watches later. There he is. And let's go in his cockpit to see how he's... so loud in my ears when I listen to this in the cockpit. Going through Hamilton straight. Takes that curb really nicely.
His average on this stint is 2:04.1. His average on the first stint, where he did 13 laps, was 2:05.4.
Okay.
If we compare that to Derek, his average on the first stint was 2:03.0.
Oh.
And his average on the next stint here that he's on right now, and he did 10 laps only on the first stint. His second stint is doing a 2:03.3 as an average lap time.
How could Derek get a 2:03.0 on the first stint average and his best lap is only 2:03.1? What's his best on that? You're watching pit lane, eh?
Yeah, the pit wall.
Pit wall.
Yeah, so, but its average is 2:03.0. So,
that's what I'm saying. How could his average be 2:03.0 if his best is only 2:03.1?
That's a good question. I wonder if I can answer that.
Sorry to be the main announcer questioning
No,
the
that's good.
statistician there.
That's the first, because I'm just trying to keep a pit wall in front of me here and see what I can glean from that.
Yeah. Yeah, I called it pit lane, but it's pit wall, that software that
Yeah.
Krister uses. I was plugging it earlier there. All right, back to the race a little bit. 2 minutes left. Nobody too close to each other, so now it's just a matter of the guys hot lapping around and staying on the track and staying in their positions. So our new boy, Crispesi, Mr. Gabriele Crispesi from Italy, is 4th place. So that's a great addition to the Porsche Cup, guys. Trying to think if Sylvain got I'm trying to think why Sylvain's not up there, but he had a penalty, didn't he?
Yeah. I think it was speeding in the pit lane, I'm pretty sure.
You think guys would? That's such a big penalty. You think guys would be very careful about that. But like I said, I learned a long time ago, especially after getting screwed a couple of times by taking off and being in second gear. I just keep my fingers right off the shifters when I'm leaving the exits.
And if you haven't, you really have to practice the pit
Yes.
stop a couple of times.
Yep. Especially to get a good time, and you can slow down enough, and then what I do is I slow down to take the corner or whatever, and then speed up when I'm practice speeding up far enough and almost get a braking point before the pit lane entry.
Yeah, very true.
And then keeping your damn fingers off your shifter on departure is always a smart move. Because, like you say, you can get a disqualification for speeding too fast. People don't know that one.
So back on Derek Bird, I have his best time as 2:02.5. Was
Okay.
that what you had?
No, I have a best of 2:03.1 in. Let me get it up on the board.
So I think that's not.
Correct.
I don't think that's correct.
Somebody's not correct yet.
So that could explain why his average is then 2:03.0 on his first stint.
No, I'm putting up on the tower the best. That personal best. Yeah, see, that's what I see. That's what I see in ACC TV. That's up on the tower there now. So one of the two is wrong. I wonder which one. Like, if it's not valid laps, which one is wrong? Anyway, this is close to the last lap, so let's follow Derek. Is this?
Finish the race.
There he goes. There is his finish. Good
There
for
it
him.
is.
Way to go, Derek.
He's the master.
He is the master. I am going to go off. I like to get the guys going through their checkered flags. There is Brian's checkered. Then Laszlo's coming up, and I'm going to go away and try to get everybody into the stream for the interview. So there we go. Transition that off. Drag Brian in. Drag Derek in. And Laszlo's in third. He is not in the stream right now. Hello, welcome guys. Hang on for 1 second if we can get Laszlo in.
Okay.
Well, I'll watch for him. Mr. Murray, what happened? We didn't get it on screen. What happened? What happened?
Oh, thank God you didn't get it then. Yeah, slight misjudgment going into maggots, and it took me into the wall on the right. What can I do? I haven't done it all week, and come race day,
That's what happens in Porsche Cup. That's for sure.
lost 12 seconds on my lap time, and I had 13 seconds of damage. I didn't fix the damage, but
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah.
yeah. Oh
So-
well.
So that was
What can
good.
you do?
That was good, Derek, because you were Derek. You couldn't catch up to Brian there early on the race.
It was just starting to pull away at that point when he went off. It was just eking a few tenths each lap out. So yeah, a bit lucky with that.
Pulled
I
the-
think Brian would have had the win.
Pulled one out of the hat again. Didn't you?
Yeah. Yeah. I was tensed up after that though. I was trying to not make my mistake. I was driving maybe a bit too cautious.
Yeah, well, well, that's the issue too. You start driving cautious sometimes, and you make an unforced error there. You know,
Yeah,
so.
yeah, it's easy done.
You see.
Just drive normal, and but
Yeah,
I was just trying to make sure I don't make the same mistake.
Laszlo still didn't join. Okay, well, that's the story of the race today. After that, everybody was pretty far apart. We had a couple of, you guys didn't know, we had a couple of, well, you might have noticed on your own towers, a couple of penalties there between, Sylvain had a penalty, and
Krista, was it
Krister's on to tell, he can
Yeah.
tell you, he can tell you himself.
Yeah, I had a bad race. I went off, and then I never got into the rhythm, and then I went into pit stop, and I was so focused on getting the right speed. I went in with the right speed, but I went in on third gear.
oh dear.
So I thought, okay, I'm clear. So I gunned it, to get up to the pit limiter, and I went up to 100 miles per hour,
Wow.
and I got disqualified.
Yeah, instant for that.
Okay, that's the story of,
That's the story.
that's the story of Silverstone. We'll see you guys again next
Yeah.
week.
Yeah.
Congratulations, Derek. Well done on the,
Yeah,
on the
thank
win.
you.
Yeah, good job.
And we'll see you guys, both tomorrow
Leave it
too.
up next week.
Bye bye.
Yeah,
Thank you.
cheers, guys.
Okay.
See you in a week. Bye.
Bye.